Ooh, and welcome to episode 257. And this video, I'm back on Aspen Lake. I'm here for 3 nights again, like my previous couple of sessions I've done on here. This is going to be my last session of 2001 and also my first session of 2002. That is because today is New Year's Eve. So yeah, I'm not actually fishing yet. Might look like it, but at the moment the rods are just only resting on the alarms. Absolutely nothing is set up yet. I've made the very long trek, literally right round the lake to the very end swim nearest Bob's Garden, because apparently this is where the fish have been coming out from. So because I'm here for 3 nights, I've put in the effort, 2 barrow loads, literally right round the lake to get round here. You can tell it's a lot of people have been fishing here because the ground's a bit muddy underfoot. So but yeah, anyway, so I've got my marker rod down in the margins. So first job is just to have a bit of a feel around, find my spots, ranges that I want to fish. This is the same swim I've fished, can't remember the episode number, but when I was here with Lee and had a 36 right at the end of the session. Can't remember the episode number, but I'll put a link to that video up here now. But yeah, so anyway, right, I need to crack on because we're kind of about 2:30, so we've only got a couple of hours of daylight left. So I need to do some marker up work. I'm going to fish solid bags this session. I haven't got any of them tied up yet, so I need to do all that. So right, anyway, I need to crack on, guys, so let's go fishing. Alright guys, so I've just about completed my marker up work. I did manage to speak to the guy who was just leaving his swim as I arrived, and between the near point on this side and the point on the island, Bob's got a rope across the between the 2 points. The rope's got floats on it, so he put that there a while back to stop people casting silly ranges right into his own back garden area. But anyway, so what I'm getting at, because there's floats on that rope, the 3rd float from the island coming this way, I've found a nice soft patch kind of going into light gravel. Just beyond it was really heavy stones and gravel, so I've avoided going that far because I don't want to get snagged up on any, you know, big rocks or gravel. I'll probably just fish all 3 rods the same range. I've already clipped up as well. We've got 11.5 wraps, so it's not mega casting. I will be casting into a southwesterly low, which is what's blown at the moment. So apologies for if there is any wind noise on this bit or this video at all. But looking at the weather app on my phone, we have kind of got quite a blustery southwesterly blowing kind of this whole time I'm here. So apologies now for any wind noise that is on this blog, but we'll have one more quick check of that spot. Yeah, goes down nice and smooth onto that bit. Yeah, so we've either got silt, mud or something, but it's a very nice soft bottom I've got to fish on, and then all the other casts are just going to be kind of spread out along the far bank. So the middle rod's probably going to be about 2 rod lengths from the left hand rod, and then the right hand rod's probably going to be another 2 rod lengths further along from that. They're all nice smooth spots, so right, that's the range I want to fish, guys. Nice and smooth, so nothing too much to worry about. Let's get some solid bags tied up. Hey guys, we are just about to get the rods out. One rod is ready to go. This will be the left rod where you saw me doing the marker up work to. Wind has died down a little bit, which, like I said, I know it is only 11.5 fraps, but where I'd have been casting into the wind just makes it that little bit easier. So yeah, we'll have a closer look at the rig and everything, what's inside during this video at some point. But for now it's just a case of having to get everything done and get fishing before darkness comes in. I reckon I've probably got 45 minutes, hour tops before we've got darkness, so I reckon I'll have these 3 rods out just in time. I've still got all the inside of my bivvy to sort out yet as well. So right, anyway, less waffle, let's get fishing. Lovely. Spot on that one where I wanted it. And guys, second and middle rod about to go out. As I said earlier on, they're all fishing at the same range, 11.5 fraps. This rod is going to aim for a little depression on the far side tree line. Thing. Oh, if I can get it, just this kind of little depression here in the far tree line is my marker. So, you know, if you have to do any night casting, that is my nighttime marker, that little depression in the trees over there. Right, we're already starting to lose the light a little bit. I know it doesn't look like it on camera, but we are, so I better hurry up. Maybe slightly to the right if I wanted to be a bit picky about that cast. I'm not going to be putting out a lot of bait, if any, during this session, so hence my decision to fish solid bags this session, unlike last time where I fished you know, PVA sticks. I think solid, if I don't decide to put any bait out, then, you know, the solid bags just gives a little bit of in the way of sort of a little bit in the way of attraction and a little bit of feed, or be it kind of, you know, 2mm pellets. And guys, third and final rod, and then we're fishing. for the moment I've pushed that rod a little bit further to the right than what I was going to. There's a slightly taller tree in the distance dead in front of my rods. That was going to be my marker for my right hand rod, because the middle rod went a little bit further to the right than what I wanted. I've just gone a bit further right with this one. As I said, I'm fishing solid bags. I've not put any bait out, so it doesn't really matter too much at the moment. If I put any bait out, then I'll worry about being a little bit more accurate. And guys, that's a bit of housekeeping done in a bivvy, a little bit tidying out. So as you can probably tell, we are, well, I don't know, it still looks quite light on the camera, but I'd say another 15-20 minutes and it will be dark, believe it or not. This camera just has a good low light level sensor, so it's good at picking up light even when it isn't. So trust me, it's 20 minutes and it will be dark. So yeah, I'm all tidied up, rods are fishing, I've just got to have some dinner. A little bit of rain in the air, so I'm going to put the camera away in a minute. But yeah, unless anything happens in the next 7.5 hours, I'll see you next year. Happy New Year, everyone. So obviously no nighttime footage when I last spoke to you, so yeah, quiet night last night, quiet morning, and it is now lunchtime on New Year's Day. As you can see, no rods are out. That's because I've literally just wound them in. I need to walk around and go and use the facilities. So rods have come in. Before I do the big walk, it's literally practically a full lap of the lake from where I'm fishing. I'm going to put some bait out. I did say I might not put any bait out, but nothing's happened up to now, so I do have a bucket of salted caramel nut 12mm boilies with me, the same bait as the hook baits which I'm fishing with, albeit I'm fishing the waft as the hook baits. So there's a little point of land that sticks out to the left of me. That's about 4 rod lengths, 5 rod lengths possibly closer to the point where I'm fishing. So I'm going to go around to there in a minute, just catapult some boilies out over my spots. I don't know if you can see, but I've just put my marker rod out. My float is out there on the surface, so from that angle I can get my right target spot of where I'm fishing to aim at with the boilies, because you know, different angles and whatnot from if I'm going to bait up from over there. So yeah, so I just put the marker float out just so I can be accurate with the baiting. So yeah, I'm going to put some boilies out now. Like I say, they're only 12mm, so it's not going to be heavy feeding for this time of year. But you know, a lot of us say this time of year, winter fishing. We haven't really had a winter. We haven't really had any major frosts or certainly no freezes yet. I'd say the weather is more autumnal, early spring like, so the likelihood is, you know, the fish are probably still feeding quite well. But anyway, that's enough waffle about that. So right, yeah, I'm going to go and put this bait out now, do the big route march, and then get the rods back out. I've already made up 3 more PVA bags this morning, so when I get back the rods can go straight back out. I've already wrapped them up, so when I do get back the rods can go straight back out without further delay. Anyway, talking about further delay, let's go and get that bait out. took me a couple of aims to get me spot right, but that's the left-hand rod. Couple there over the middle rod. Now from this angle I can see where I have to aim for my right hand rod. He's back from the loo now. So as I said, PVA bags were already made up before I went, so save time getting the rods up now. Wind is really starting to pick up, so once again apologies if there's lots of wind noise in this video, particularly this bit while the wind is picking up, but not a lot I can do about that. Right, let's get these rods back out. Happy with that one, landed right on the money. Middle rod. The wind took that a bit, so I'm actually going to make that my right hand rod. Alright, now the middle rod. Hopefully the wind don't take this one too much. Now I've got to thread this one down the middle. I'll say thread it down the middle, there's still a huge gap between the two outside rods, but this crosswind is being a bit of a pain in the backside at the moment. Perfect. Right, I'll leave them bobbins all hanging loose for about half an hour. Come back in half an hour, I'll tighten them back up to where I want them to be. That's obviously to allow the line to fully sink and settle to the lake bed. So even though I'm using a flying back lead and a regular back lead, I still do that anyway, just to make sure everything's sunk properly. Right, time for some lunch now. Good evening guys, and we are practically on the last dregs of daylight now. Just coming up to 5 o'clock. So I think in the next several minutes it will be dark. Again, I know it doesn't look like it on camera, but that's due to the camera just having a low light setting, which makes even low light look like daylight. But yeah, so like I said, now we're practically almost darkness, so I'm going to put the camera away now. I've had the camera pointed at the swim all day. Hopefully something would happen. Bob's just been round and done his final rounds of the day. He's been fishing obviously his garden area all day, and they said he's had no joy on his normal hot spots he fishes. But yeah, that's technically we are in winter, if you can call these mild conditions winter. But it's one of them, innit? Like I say, we've seen I've put a bit of bait in now, so whatever I do now, that bait is there. I can't take it out now I've put it in. Win a lot of bait. I'd say between the 3 rods and the surrounding gaps in between, it was maybe half a kilo of boilies you saw me catapult out, if that. So yeah, not really a lot of bait. I wouldn't consider that a lot of bait. I mean, I don't know, I wouldn't even say maybe it was half a kilo of bait, third of a kilo, quarter of a kilo. It is not but anyway, enough of the waffle. Like I said, we are getting dark now, so time to put the old camera away and hopefully get it out again in the night. Good morning, guys. It's just before 5 AM, and unfortunately I've just lost one. The run actually went about 4 o'clock, about an hour ago. It ran for a little while, you know, for as long as it took me for, you know, to kind of realise, you know, that you've got to run when you're fast asleep, and then to put my boots on, get my head torch on, get down to the rod, struck into it, and yeah, fish on. Unfortunately, by the time I'd got to it, it had gone into some sort of snag. Now, whether that's actually the fish gone into a snag, or whether the line has kited round an object on the lake bed, I don't know. But as soon as I started, you know, pulling back, I could feel something wasn't right, and that the line was grating on something. So so from that point on, I didn't pull anymore. I just put the rod back down on the alarm, loosened up the drag on the reel, and then just sort of waited half an hour to see if, you know, the fish would move away out the snag or whatever. So it's, you know, it's impossible to tell what's going on down there. So but yeah, so I had a couple more bleeps to say, you know, I thought the fish was on the move. Lifted into it, done an initial pull back on the rod, and I could feel the fish on. I thought, oh great, fish is on the move. On the next pull back, the line went. So yeah, so whatever the fish had gone into, what the line had gone round, you know, it's impossible to tell. But yeah, the end of my rig and the line parted company. So unfortunately, guys, I did have a fish on, but lost it. And to make things worse, you've probably just heard it, it's blowing an absolute hoolie up there. It's lashing down, so I'm soaking wet, freezing cold. I've had to re-rig and get it back out in the rain. I made a schoolboy error. I've done all my wraps, you know, it's still raining. I've done my wraps, 11.5 wraps, put the line back on, and then what I realised I'd done when I cast back out, I forgot to put the line in the clip. So I've no idea exactly where the rig has landed, but you know, we're fishing solid bags and it's out there, so it can stay out there now to at least daylight, because I'm not re-rigging again in this weather. The wind has picked up so much I've actually had to shut me bivvy door, because I know I'm kind of got my bivvy sideways onto the direction of the wind. The wind and rain is still enough that it was still blowing into my bivvy, so I don't normally fish with my bivvy door shut, but unless I want a wet inside bivvy, I've had to. Right, so we have had a little bit of action. Unfortunately, bad luck has not allowed me to get it landed. Right, time to get these wet clothes off, get back into bed. Right. Good morning, people, and you join me just as I'm making my morning hot chocolate after that bit of wet and wild night. As we saw last night when I spoke to you, I lost that fish. Trying to get the rod back out after that was a nightmare, as it was hooly and rain down. And it's just gone 10 o'clock, and I've only been awake about half an hour after all that. But anyway, hot chocolate time. Oh, got something a little bit different instead of me Baileys this time, guys. Me Hotel Chocolat Espresso Martini Velvetized Chocolate Cream. This one's got vodka in it. But so yeah, this is one for you, Mark, also known as Specialist Blanca. Tastes like tiramisu, this one, if you like tiramisu. Very nice special milk that one is. And I say to Mark, you guys are probably going, who's Mark? Mark wouldn't know what I'm talking about, but I'm actually talking about the Mark from the channel Specialist Blanca. He often puts a bit of special milk of some sort into his drinks as well. If you've not seen Mark's channel, the Specialist Blanca, have a look at this link now, guys. But that's my hot chocolate done. Right, anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna have this hot chocolate, warm up a bit, have some breakfast, and then I'll probably get the rods redone a bit earlier today, because looking at the weather app on my old phone, we're due for some more heavy rain from about 2 o'clock, so I'll have to kind of get me rods redone, rebaited. You know, do me morning walk around to the facilities, which is full lap of this lake, which is about a mile. And I'm not joking when I say about a mile, it is literally about a mile. So I'll have to get all that done before 2 o'clock. I think once the rain's in at 2 o'clock, it's in for a good few hours. Kind of, you know, into darkness is what I'm getting at, and I'd rather the rods be done so I can get me aim right to where I put them boilies out yesterday, and hopefully clipped up this time as well. But yeah, so hopefully, yeah, I want to get all my morning's activities done, rods redone all before 2 o'clock. So right then, I'm going to finish this lovely hot chocolate. If you are watching, Mark, get some of this special milk, very nice. Right, time to put me toasty on now. Right, I'll catch up with you guys later, because this little piece has just turned into a little section of waffle. Hi guys, so I've just wound in all my rods now, just getting them wrapped up ready for when I've done my trip back to the facilities, so that, you know, once I get back I know the rods are all wrapped up and ready to go straight away. Everything is nice and sunny at the moment. We've got a little bit of sun. The lake's gone quite flat. We're not raining, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and a half. So yeah, so everything's all nice and quiet. Still no rain, but this is literally the calm before the storm at the moment, because come 2 o'clock we're due heavy rain for a few hours. That would probably bring in the winds and whatnot. So I'm going to get all my rods, as you see, wrapped up already, so when I get back from the loo I'll be ready to put the rods straight back out, and that way I can take shelter for the rest of the afternoon and evening. But yeah, so that's the third rod wrapped up. So I've already got PVA bags already made up, so that side of it's taken care of. Right, now it's the route march. Right guys, so we're back from a long adventure around to the facilities. Time to get the rods back out. Left rod going to the area where I had the run from last night. Hopefully there's fish still there. Right, rod number 2 about to go out, guys. Right, third and final rod, about to go out, guys. And unless any action happens between now and pack up time tomorrow, potentially the last cast of the session, because this is my third and final night that I'm doing, packing up about lunchtime tomorrow. Generally, as a rule, I don't, even when I'm still fishing, I don't wind it until kind of midday, almost midday, because of, you know, morning bite times and what have you. So yeah, unless any fish comes along, the next time these rods will come in will be a pack up time tomorrow lunchtime. The only difference is potentially when that left rod round last night, by the time I'd, you know, woke up enough, got the head torch on, got my wellies on, got to the rod, potentially the fish maybe even went round the old corner of the point of the island. That might have been what the line was grating on rather than a snag. I don't know, it's just guesswork, but if that was the case, then when I set up my left hand rod this time, I've done the clutch a lot tighter this time, so it will have to be a decent fish to pull any line off this time if I do get a run on that rod again, to potentially prevent that from happening again if that was the case. Right, anyway, I could feel rain in the air, so let's waffle, let's get this rod back out and I can get back in the bivvy and shelter from the oncoming rain. Right, that's the rod set. Here comes that rain. Time to take shelter. Oh, good morning people. Yeah, it is the next day already. So yeah, since you see me redo the rods yesterday lunchtime, literally nothing has happened. Unfortunately, I didn't get any more chances after that lost fish the night before, so I didn't get my redemption. Unfortunately, this lake being what it is, you don't get too many chances at fish, and when you lose one, you kind of feel, or not feel, kind of know that might have been and probably was your only chance. You know, I've said it for many times, but if you're new to my channel, there's only 100 carp that was ever stocked into this fish, so it's you know, this place is one of them kind of low stock big fish fisheries. So yes, so purely on numbers of carp is what makes it difficult to catch them. But yeah, since the rods went out lunchtime yesterday, nothing has happened. No liners, no beeps. I did hear one bush in the night that sounded like it was a few swims up to the right from me. Yeah. So that one I lost, I think it's just out of bad luck. The way the line felt when I lost it, it just felt like it had gone round a boulder of some sort on the lake bed. But hey ho, these things happen. But yeah, today is pack up day. It's only just gone 8 o'clock. I'll be packing up about midday, 1 o'clock-ish time, so we've still got several more hours for the possibility of something to happen yet. Like I say, it is just gone 8 o'clock, so we are still well within bite time. I couldn't do any more filming yesterday after the rods went out with updates, although there was nothing to update you with, to be fair, but the wind really picked up yesterday and was blowing an absolute hoolie, so much so that most of yesterday I actually had to sit with my bivvy door shut because it was just so windy. The ambient temperature isn't that bad, it's kind of like about 10 degrees, kind of to give a degree or two, so mild for this time of year, but the chill on the wind has made it feel like it's been absolutely Baltic. So yeah, so most of yesterday after the rods went out, I was just sat in my bivvy with a bivvy door shut, sheltering from the icy wind. So if I'd have updated you yesterday with a pointless update, it would have been from inside the bivvy anyway. So but yeah, that's pretty much the only thing that's remained consistent is the wind. It hasn't changed direction. It has, you can probably see on the water, it's still blowing from the same direction it started when I started this session. The only thing that's changed about the wind is how strong it's blown, and when it has picked up, boy, it's been bloody freezing. As I said, we still do have a few hours of fishing left, but in the meantime I'll start the slow pack down of non-essential items that I don't need anymore. So I might as well pack away my landing nets and unhooking mat. Right, I'm going to finish my hot chocolate. I'm going to go and make a cheese toastie. And unless any fish come along in the next 4 or 5 hours, I'll see you next as I'm packing up. Or I've packed up and saying goodbye. And guys, I'm going to call it a day here to this video, and after that it will be an end to the session. I have literally only got the rods left out now. Everything else is packed up here behind the camera. But yeah, been another tough one unfortunately. Could have had one, bit of bad luck let me down. There was nothing I did wrong, it's just a bit of bad luck I think, and my line got caught on something around the lake bed that unfortunately cut me off. So could have had one. Yeah, just a bit of bad luck let me down on that side of it unfortunately. So yeah, like I said, get these rods in a minute, get home, get warm, because I can tell you what, this session has been absolutely bitterly cold. I'll be fishing next week at some point. Where exactly I don't know. I've got kind of half in my mind that I might go to Welford Pools, not been there for a while. So but yeah, wherever I do end up, I'll see you then. Till then, tight lines, and I'll see you next time.